Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our fourth webinar in the series of GenAI for software developers. My name is Adi Stein. I'm really excited to be here with you, and we have an amazing speaker with us today. We have Rory Preddy, which is a principal cloud advocate at Microsoft, joining us from South Africa. And of course, we have Moria Dror, the Reactor PM for EMEA, with us, including our big V team that supports this session. So before we start, we would like to share with you a few logistical notes. Today's session will last 1 hour and 15 minutes. During the entire event, you can type your questions in the Q&A chat. This is a live session, and our moderators and speakers will do their best to answer most of your questions. If you don't want your name to be visible in the public chat, you have the option to type your questions anonymously. It also takes us a little bit of time to review your question and then post it. This is why you don't see it live in the first minute when you post it. Today's events will be recorded, and you will receive the recording along with the presentation deck and more resources of interest in the follow-up email, which you will receive in the next days. At the end of the session, our moderators will post a survey link in the Q&A chat, and we kindly ask you if you can spend a moment to fill in this survey, because we need your feedback. We want to make sure that we get all your feedbacks and improve in all of our sessions. In addition, we're gonna have and run a great contest during the session, which you can win an online voucher that's offered by GitHub. And how the contest gonna work. At the end of this session, we will post a question related to the topic presented through the webinar. The first person who will answer that correctly will be declared as the winner. For transparency, we will post the winner's name on the public chat. So if you don't want your name again to be visible to others, no problem. You can also answer that anonymously. Our team will contact you through a private message to validate you and offer the voucher and instructions on how to use it. In case initial winner will not be with us until the end of the session and cannot be contacted or doesn't meet the criteria, we will contact the next person on our records. We wish you a good luck in this competition, and may the best and the fastest win. And now, the moment that you were actually waiting for. Rory, over to you.
Hello, and you should see me, you should hear me, and I'm coming from you live from Johannesburg, South Africa. I've got brown hair, brown eyes. I'm wearing a blue shirt, and we can access all of the material. You should see the screen here on aka.ms/AI tour/BRK453, and you can snap the QR code also. So it's all there along with a lot of the nice material, and maybe even the answer to the question that we're going to be answering a little bit later. So what are we going to cover today? Well, today we're going to explore cutting-edge generative AI models, including both. Yes.
Cannot see your screen. So if you can share.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's a good reason to pause me. Let's go there. And you should see no, not that one. Stop sharing, share screen. And we want to go into, there we go. Okay, I can't guarantee that it will be the only issue that we experience because this is live. Okay, so now we've got the screen here. We're going to explore cutting edge generative AI models, including both large language models and small language models. We'll start by introducing key concepts and then dive into various model types and the criteria for selecting the right models for evaluation and real-world case studies. There's 850 of you online right now, so please ask some questions, get ready for the quiz at the end of that, and then also take some screenshots and get all the material that you can in this incredible session. So generative AI, it's a game changer, really. And I know this because like my game has changed. I'm not the same person anymore because I use AI every day, but everyone else is also using it. We're driving innovation and efficiency across 53,000 organizations through the Azure AI platform. Its impact extends across automation, customer engagement, productivity enhancements, and the creation of new products and services. So, yeah, the top use cases include automating content creation. I'm a content creator, and if you go into my LinkedIn profile, my Twitter profile, hashtag Rory Pretty, you'll see there that a lot of the material there, including some of the voiceovers, I use Notebook LM to actually go in and create a blog post on it though, and it helps providing AI-driven customer support, personalizing marketing campaigns, and the key capabilities like natural language processing and machine learning power these applications, enhancing the efficiency, improving the customer experience, and driving the business growth. Yeah, but how do you do this? And you do this with Microsoft's AI toolchain. So we have a lot of tools. Like every day they go, hey, Rory, use this. It's a new tool. I go, oh, what happened to the old one? And there's a lot new tools there. So they empower developers with flexible productivity from code to cloud. And cloud of choice, obviously, Azure. And it seamlessly integrates with the entire Microsoft application and tooling stack, supporting millions of users. With tools like Visual Studio, GitHub, and Azure, developers can efficiently build, test, and deploy AI solutions. The Azure AI services and Azure machine learning provide a robust platform for creating and managing the models, while responsible AI, very important, and we can go through a little bit of responsible AI later, tooling ensures ethical deployment. So this comprehensive ecosystem enhances developer productivity, enabling innovative solutions that scale across diverse applications and industries. Now, a little bit later, we're going to do some fine tuning, and I'm going to try and make a stochastic AI, and you'll see it's pretty difficult to actually go in there and ravage the systems that are guardrail to make sure that you have a safe and responsible AI journey here. So Azure AI also offers foundational models to develop and deploy custom AI solutions. Remember I said about fine-tuning. So developers can integrate capabilities like vision, speech, and language across AI services. Azure Machine Learning is one of those supporting services. They support building, training, and deploying models end-to-end. Responsible AI tools ensure fairness and transparency. It wraps it around it and integrates with AI Studio for seamless development processes. Azure AI empowers organizations to create reliable AI solutions for business growth. We want to grow with you. And the AI toolkit for Visual Studio Code lets developers experiment, fine-tune, and optimize models locally or deployed to the cloud. Azure AI Studio provides a cloud-based platform for AI model development, enabling efficient experimentation and deployment. Like I did for this session, I experimented with all these models. I did some fine tuning. I even kind of tried to break them, and we're going to see exactly what I did. And it's important to experiment and to test and to deliver. And we're going to see how you can actually go in and measure once you have that experimentation done though. So it also offers services. Well, you can see here, that don't only have the Microsoft label here. So the best and latest open source and foundational models. We just announced yesterday that GitHub can actually go in via GitHub Universe and utilize also models from some of our partners. Now we partner with Mistral, with Meta, the NVIDIA family. I'm actually running right now NVIDIA right now. And if you want to see a little bit of a hack, I showed Eddie that this isn't actually my eyes. I'm running and I'm partnering with NVIDIA, because if you see my eyes there, those are actual AR eyes. It's got a little model there that trains on me. And then I can go in and you don't have to watch my eyes go ding, 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 ding. And this is one of our partners that we have here. So what about the model playground and card though? Rory, you tell me we partner with everyone. So you can go onto Azure AI and you can get the comprehensive AI toolkit, and you can discover, evaluate, and customize models from 14,000 providers like Meta. I think I've got Llama here. Easily fine-tune those models with your data and tailored use, and the integration is seamless and managed instances and auto scaling, ensuring smooth deployment. Now, just before the session, I'll show you that I deployed a model, a fine-tuned model of GPT 3.5. I fine-tuned it to make it sarcastic, and then I deployed it though. So the task-centric exploration feature enables easy experimentation. I want to see if it actually is sarcastic now. And Azure Model Catalog streamlines AI integration for your business. So what about GitHub? Now, GitHub has a very similar offer. It's got a built-in playground for testing models. And you can see here Llama 3.1, GPT 4.0, and others with an easy path to move them to code spaces and VS Code. Azure AI provides the next step for production with responsible AI security and global availability across 25 regions. We partner with them because they are us. And developers can quickly go from playground testing to prototyping in their own apps. And they use GitHub Actions for prompt evaluations or build GitHub Copilot extensions. And moving to production is seamless. Just switch from GitHub token to an Azure subscription. So let's compare, this is about all of those different models. Let's compare 3.5 Turbo and GPT-4, two powerful AI models from OpenAI. So GPT 3.5 Turbo, very cheap, very fast, is known for its speed and efficiency, making it ideal for tasks requiring quick responses. However, GPT-4 excels in quality and depth, providing more accurate and nuanced outputs. For code generation and complex reasoning, GPT-4 outperforms GPT 3.5 with higher accuracy and better contextual understanding. In popular benchmarks, GPT-4 consistently scores higher, making it the preferred choice for detailed and critical tasks. You're going to choose GPT 3.5 for speed and efficiency, and GPT-4 for superior quality and depth. Now, in another example that I've got a RAG sample where I've downloaded some documents and I've processed them, and I've created a chatbot for it though. Now, to do that GPT 4.0 or 4, first of all, I would have to make sure that I cost accordingly because it's a little bit more expensive. Second of all, we are under really great demand, especially as a Microsoft employee. So we don't want to actually take away that demand from customers. We want to utilize the best model for the need though. Also here's the results. Look at that. We've got two pirates here. So look at the difference between GPT-4 prompt, and we've got scarring, and we've got even the hairs of the beard is noticeable. And the 3.5, I don't know if I would be scared of that pirate. So what is the SLM and a LLM? It's a large language and a small language model. So large language models have made a big impact. They deliver knowledge-rich interactions, but demanding high compute power. It's very hard to run an LLM locally. It needs at least 24 gigs of memory and a GPU. Not all organizations need this level of capacity, and this is where small language models excel, offering efficient domain-specific functionality. Microsoft's Phi 3 small language model, available in many small and medium sizes, are accessible through the model catalog, adding flexibility for cost-effective, quality-driven solutions. Now, you need to choose based on your needs, efficient domain-specific SLMs or versatile contextual LLMs. And don't worry, I'm going to show you a nice example of the two in the demo and where you would actually use each one of those. So let's go a little bit more depth with the SLM and the LLMs. So the language models are key in natural language processing, enable machines to understand and generate human language. Now, large language models like GPT-4 have 1.75 billion parameters. That's on average like what you want for a large language model though. And they can handle complex tasks in diverse languages, but are resource intensive and costly. Small language models have fewer parameters, are faster and ideal for simple tasks or edge deployment. In my demo, I'm going to load in a small language model into the browser that is 2 gigabytes big with a few million parameters, and you'll see it's going to do the task just basically. And it's nice to actually have it if you don't have a GPU or if you want to run it in the browser. So once you have that and you've got the model that you want to evaluate the Azure language model performance through your development cycle. So you use the built-in metrics for quick checks and custom flows for deeper insights. Azure AI Studio provides tools to measure accurately, relevant, and safety across tasks from single-turn Q&A to complex conversations. And they ensure optimal performance with Azure AI Studio evaluation features. So yeah, so that is an important thing though, and I've noticed that a lot with customers. They go, no, the biggest one, what's my bill? Yeah, you don't want bill shock at the end of the month. You want to, get the best one for what you need though. And SLMs, or small language models, so fewer than 10 billion parameters, normally we call an SLM, and they're designed for efficient edge and cloud deployment. Now we have partnership through platforms like Hugging Face, GitHub, and Azure, and these models can be accessed from diverse model catalogs. AI on the edge empowers customers to run AI models on local devices or infrastructure, offering benefits like reduced latency. And I'm going to show you today in the demo, I'm going to actually switch on the latency and you'll see exactly how these things perform. And you'll be able to actually access the demos via a nice little URL that I'll give you also. And even run it for yourself. Show mom and pop that you are an AI engineer. And yeah, they also offer offline capabilities without always relying on the cloud. For cloud deployment, AI Studio simplifies the process, allowing users to upload models, configure the settings, and deploy on scale effortlessly, ensuring robust support for varied AI workloads with high standards of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So what about developers? Developers. So you want to bring your AI experiences to your apps and devices. Now we have a product, a tool called ONNX, which is basically, if you know GGUF, it's basically similar to that though. And so ONNX and Olive are open source tools from Microsoft for scaling AI deployment. ONNX runtimes, and we're going to show you a demo on that also. They work across platforms like iOS, Android, Linux, and Windows with minimal changes. DirectML supports GPU and NPU optimization for seamless AI deployments, and Olive simplifies model optimization for CPUs, GPUs, and NPUs. Now, I've just got a new Samsung Ultra phone, and one of the key characteristics is my phone actually has an NPU on it now. It's got all of these small language models on it then, and they have all of these characteristics of, wow, I can do editing, I can do a lot of that. And I'm going to show you in the demo also what you can get started with that also. So these tools eliminate the need for deep hardware knowledge with open source contributions, ensuring optimal AI performance. Azure EP, which stands for, I'm trying to remember what that stands for. Okay, I can't remember what Azure EP stands for. Also supports hybrid interfacing, connecting easily to Azure ML or OpenAI. In the chat, tell me again what Azure EP stands for. I've got an acronym here and I'm like, what does that stand for? Okay, never mind. Moving forward here. ONNX, a little bit more about ONNX, fascinating stuff. You can just take a model and you can just chuck it into your .NET or Java or Python or JavaScript code. Enables efficient AI interface across CPU, GPUs, and NPUs. And you can go in there and you offer multiple language bindings, and you have the runtime on the web provides a JavaScript library for running ONNX models with hardware acceleration. It also supports things like Qualcomm QNN, Intel OpenVINO, AMD Vista AI, DirectML for cross CPU, GPU optimization though. So what about optimize the deployment of the Olive tool chain? So Olive simply allows you to get the best performance across all of the different silicons. And we see, if you go into the news and you type in their CPU chip AI, you'll see so many different people. You see Intel, you see Apple just released Apple Intelligence. You'll see Samsung and all of them. You have lots of different, oh, someone has a question. Please repeat the link here. Okay. Yes, it will be. I don't know if it'll be recorded. So there's a question there for that, but don't worry about it. Okay, so Olive generates a package that you can take with sample code in C#, Java, C++, or Python, and then you plug that code in with minimal modifications. It also has the optimized models. Again, this is open source as well. So if you want to go into the, let's go into here, into the URL that you have there. Let's see if we've got the URL that we have here. Well, I don't even see where that person mentioned a URL. Okay. We'll come back to the URL also a little bit later though, and all of this will be available via the GitHub repo here. So the Microsoft, so how do you get into the loop, this developer loop? The Microsoft Developer Hybrid Loop integrates cloud and local interfacing by leveraging ONNX runtimes and Olive though. So once you have these tools, you can go in and develop around them. Olive optimizes AI models for specific hardware, creating ready-to-use packages for production. And the ONNX runtime then provides cross-platform, cross-silicon, and cross-cloud interfacing across Windows, ARM, iOS, Android, and Linux, enabling AI performance while minimizing code changes. This approach allows us developers to seamlessly switch between cloud and on-device resources, simplifying the deployment of AI solution. First demo that we have 1,000 of you right now. So let's all go onto here. So you want to go into Rory P. You can fork the repo also. And it is roryp.github.io ONNX runtime-web GPU, and I'll pop it into the question here. So I want you to go in there. You can even snap it with your phone. If you have a GPU on your phone, then it might work though. But I don't know if it will work here. So let me get out of PowerPoint here. Let's go out of PowerPoint here. I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to open up Edge, the browser of choice. We're going to go into here. And now we're actually going to go into that repo here. And live on air, I'm going to do some LLM. You should see my screen here. So let's go there. So the first demo I'm going to show you is Stable Diffusion. Now, Stable Diffusion, you need a license to actually use the server version of here. But the localized version, if I click on Stable Diffusion Turbo, and this is all in the JavaScript using ONNX, if I click on that, you'll see there, it says Paris in the river in the background. And let's just minimize that here. We want to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, and it says they're loading the model.onnx and cached. There it is. Took 8 seconds to load it, and it's ready. Roy, where's the model? The model's in your browser cache. Yeah, so I go send, Paris with the river in the background, and it's going to go generating. Understand, I'm doing this with Teams, with 1,000 of you, and there's the image in the browser cache. But what about okay, and make segmenting? If you want to go into segmenting, so now you can actually see the latencies here. The encoder, it's going to load in the encoder there, and you can see there. Okay, I am in South Africa, so the latency is a little bit slow here. The encoder is a little bit slow. It took 2 seconds to encode it there, but I can see the pyramids, I can see the Sphinx. And what about the Pi 3 Mini? Remember that model that I showed you about here? Now we're going to Hugging Face. We're downloading the model directly off Hugging Face there. Look at that. It's got the model. The model size is 2 gigabytes, so I've already got it cached here. And it's going to take a few, well, no, it's going to take a few seconds to go then, and it'll go through there. Okay, there we got it. Chat on live on here, and I go, hi, give me a joke about the pyramids. Why in Egypt did the pyramids go to school? Because they wanted to build a strong foundation for their knowledge. This is an SLM. What do you expect? It's not going to really do it though. This joke is lighthearted and respectful to the culture of the pyramids. Yeah, but this is an SLM, but it's Pi 3 Mini. And then finally, you want to do this and you want to see something that will blow your mom's mind away. What about if you want to do object detection live on the browser? So here's a video. Now we're doing that. Call. And you can see the latency there, the feet per second. The frames per second, the resolution. So you can do everything with an SLM. Obviously, it is not as powerful as a LLM, and you can access this on that repo. You can fork it and you can go through it then, and all of that is within your reach. So let's go back into PowerPoint. Let's just close that here. We want to get that off. That would kill my GPU if I had to do that repeatedly. I want to lower that there, and we want to go from current slide, and we want to do that there, and back into PowerPoint. Okay, so Now, so you can go and access all of that on warrep.github.io, OwnNX runtime web GPU, snap it, scan, and do a screenshot with that. And you can access that, fork it, and you can go in and see how we use OwnNX and Olive to create that in-browser experience using JavaScript code. And you can plug in your C#, your Java code, everything that can actually go in and speak your classic programming languages here. So what about when evaluating? We saw there that the SLM, it showed a joke, but it wasn't the best joke, really. So when evaluating AI solutions, you want to consider quality, accuracy, reliability, and scalability. Customizability, fine-tuning options, and diverse data support and user control, and compatibility and features. Task suitability, workflow integration. People are making their entire job about, choosing and evaluating AI solutions. You want to look at price and latency. We saw there that it didn't really cost me much to actually go in and do that. Performance benchmarks, your data needs, computational efficiency, biases, transparency, and support, documentation, community. And by focusing on these factors, you can choose an AI solution that meets your needs. Notice, I'm not saying to you, you have to use that one. You have to understand the need that you want. And to do that also, you need to find, customize, and operationalize models and scale to be able to go in, discover, fine-tune, and evaluate. And then also, and this is, let's just see what this is here. This actually was working earlier. Let's just make that a little bit, and deploy from current slide. It truncated my PowerPoint for some silly ob reason. Where were we? Let's minimize that. There we are. So you can do that all on Azure AI Studio. It's a platform for building generative AI experiences. It leverages top models. You can access all of them and robust data capabilities, ensuring security and efficiency, efficient management via DevOps and LLM ops. Yeah, that's a thing now, hey? LLM ops. And so you can do LLM ops life cycles to support AI development from creation to deployment. The model catalogs allows users to discover, fine-tune, and evaluate and deploy foundational models without complex setup or large-scale training. I'm going to show you how quickly it was for me to train a model earlier this morning, making it easy to find the best model, customize it, and test it on your data and operationalize it reliably here. So what about MAS? We know that there's LLM ops, but did you know that there's something called MAS now? Models as a service. So let's look at the benefits of MAS and MAP, models as a platform. In the Microsoft Model Catalog, with MAS, you can overcome GPU quota restrictions by eliminating GPU provision complexity and enjoying a seamless development experience with ready-to-use APIs. Now, you can save money with token-based inferencing. Whoa, sorry, it's early here. It's only noon here in South Africa. Inferencing and hourly model fine-tuning, and you can focus on innovation and managed services and develop responsibly with API safety features. Though for MAP, you can explore thousands of large foundational models from top contributors and manage your own compute. It's basically a VM, and ensure model performance with customized fine-tuning. You fine-tune, pop it on your VM, and you interface with it. Ensure data security by controlling the network environment, trust models vetted by third-party vendors, and integrate responsible AI principles for ethical AI solutions. So one is serverless, and the other you have to manage the VM. And that's MAS and MAP. There'll be a test at the end of this. So how do you customize your model? And there's two main ways here, and there's a few other paradigms that are coming up there, but the two main ways are retrieval augment generation, RAG, and fine-tuning. So customizing your models with RAG actually uses external knowledge bases for dynamic information retrieval, ideal for real-time or specialized tasks, while fine-tuning adapts models on relevant data sets to capture task nuances. So for example, I've got two examples that I'm going to show you here. One is I fine-tuned a stochastic AI, and two is that I went in there and created an AI chatbot on some of the material that a fictitious company uses for HR on onboarding. So for fine-tuning, your key steps include using quality data sets, balancing hyperparameters, tracking metrics, and considering computational resources to optimize model output. It's difficult, it's expensive, and it takes a long time. So this is why you need to understand the differences between the two of them. So next, let's go look in prompt engineering with RAG here. So you want to enhance the LLM responses with prompts with RAG, and to significantly boost the accuracy and relevance of output though. Prompt engineering involves crafting precise and context-rich prompts to guide the model's responses efficiently. Meanwhile, RAG, so once you've got your prompt really engineered, and don't worry, I'll show you a demo of the different types of prompt engineering onion layers a little bit later. So RAG integrates external knowledge bases. I've got a lot of PDFs that I've scanned, and I'm going to pop into a Azure Cognitive Search to be able to retrieve from an LLM in the demo, and can incorporate up-to-date information. The AI has been trained at a certain date. You want it to be able to access information a little bit more up-to-date. And together, these techniques ensure that the language model delivers more accurate, context-aware, and information responses tailored to specific needs. So what about fine-tuning then? Where would I use fine-tuning? So fine-tuning has a profound impact on language models by tailoring to specific tasks or domain. You're changing the model specifically. So you've got a model in through some documents. It is the document. So this process involves training a pre-existing model on a smaller specialized data set, allowing it to adapt to particular nuances and improve its performance. Fine-tuning enhances the model's ability to generate more accurate, context-aware, and making it relevant responses, making it highly effective, fast. You're not going to pay for it to retrieve off a cognitive search because it is the cognitive search for specialized applications. By refining the model's parameters, fine-tuning ensures that the language model can meet unique requirements and deliver superior results. It's your model then. It's a specialized, customized model. And there are 3 different ways that you can actually fine-tune here. So you can use continued pre-trained and it continues. So let's just say that you've got a document that changes or a stream of information. It trains large language models on new data to improve their domain understanding, like math or code, without forgetting prior knowledge. Supervised fine training trains a pre-trained model on labeled datasets to adapt it to specific tasks, improving its accuracy for particular applications. And then finally, reinforcement learning from human feedback uses human feedback to train a reward model, and then fine-tunes the AI model to align to human values and preferences. Together, these techniques, they have to be worked together and make AI models more accurate, adaptable, and aligned to human expectations. We don't want a model trained on, like, weird stuff that we bump into. You want to be able to test it. And next, we're going to go in. Okay, cool. I've never seen this live on air. I'm very keen to see this. So you can go in, and we have a tutorial here. You can go to learn.microsoft.com, Azure AI Services, OpenAI, how to fine tune. I'm going to pop that into, let's go back into there, into the chat here. You can follow with me with that though. But this is how I did, and I did this morning because I really wanted to make sure that this was really relevant here. So I've got a fine tune model here. And I've got, let's go into how you fine tune here. So this is Azure OpenAI Studio. I've got my my actual instance here. And then I go into fine tuning. I go into fine tune model. And I'm going to choose, okay, cool, GPT 3.5. I'm actually not going to actually do it because I already done it there. I go confirm. It's going to go cool. What do you want to do? What's the model version? Okay, yeah, I want to train on that. The model suffix is delete me, so I remember how to do that though. And I'm going to go next here. And I want to go, okay, cool. What's the training data? So I'm going to go upload files. I want to go upload my file. And I've got a nice little file here that makes a sarcastic AI. It says there, what is the capital of France? Paris. If anyone doesn't know that already. So that's very interesting, but I'm going to train it now, and I've already trained it this morning here. So you've got your model, and I've got my JSON-L file here. I've got it here, and then you're going to go there. You can see the JSON view. Now, this is only 10 instances, 10 records. You need tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, to actually make it very accurate here. So this is just a demo. And obviously training is a little bit more extensive. You need validation data to make sure that the model responds right. And then you've got the defaults there, and then you could hit submit. And I've already done that before. Yeah, let's go there. And I've already got the fine-tune model there. It says completed, and you can, yes.
We get many questions, many comments. People really love your presentation, and a few that ask to if you can just a little bit slow down.
Okay, I will go slow. Adi will give me more time, and I will go slow.
Okay.
So here's my GPT 3.5. And Adi, your voice was a little bit broken there, but it's all right. It's probably my side. You should still hear my beautiful voice. So here's my model. Here's the GPT 3.5, and here's the training. Now check this out. I've got the metrics of what trained, and you can see here, as I trained, I got lost, and eventually, there's no point in training it further there, the transaction loss, and I can also see the token accuracy. So once you have that, and you've got the fine tuning, I can just go in and deploy it. And I've already deployed the model there. So if I go into let's go see if it's sarcastic here. Who here thinks it's sarcastic here? Let's go cancel that. So you deploy the model onto your Azure instance here. So let's go into deployments. And remember I did this morning. So I've got my deployments here, and there's the model there. I can go open in Playground. And I want to say Marv is a factual chatbot that is also sarcastic. So you have to give it the model instructions and context of what it originally trained here. So who thinks this is now sarcastic? So let's just clear the chat here, and let's go there. Adi, please give me a free ticket to travel. I love traveling. And let's see if it's sarcastic. I'm afraid I can't do that. What? Don't be like that. Okay. What is the? We want to go back in there. What did we say there? What is the capital of France? We want to train it on material that it has already trained there. Okay, so it won't give me a free ticket. What is the capital of France? Do you think it's going to be sarcastic? The capital of France is Paris. Just in case you were thinking it was New York. So it's trained, and you have to go in and train it with hundreds of thousands of material there. But that's how you deploy the model. You train it. It took about 30 minutes just on those 10 utterances that I had in the JSON-L file. It took 30 minutes to train a very simple thing. So it's a lot to take in. We're going to take a little bit more of a you should rather use RAG if you want to get this done. So that's training and fine tuning, and this is Azure OpenAI Studio though. So you should also be able to get access here, and it's pretty simple. If I wanted to, let's see, can we see the cost? How much did it cost me? I don't think I can actually see the cost. Let's go into fine tuning. Well, I can download the results, download the training file, and it took here. There's training tokens build 7,000. Not too sure how much it costs though, but it costs 7,000 tokens and 30 minutes on that little bit there though. So it can be a little bit expensive. So be warned, it will be a little bit, play around with it. And then you can also go into continual fine tuning. So if in case I had a file that changed there, it will just go in there, pick it up and go through that. Okay, so let's minimize that here. And minimize that, and let's go back into our demo, and let's go from current slide, and I want to minimize and go back into that. There we are. So you can go into the fine tuning. You can also use Python. You can also use the REST API. You can go through a lot of the different things to go through fine tuning. I just showed you an Azure OpenAI Studio. It's actually called Azure AI Studio now. We've just rebranded it. So it's pretty simple to do, but you need to kind of play around with it. And then once you have that, you want to go in and benchmark your models though. So model benchmarks provide a standardized way to measure and compare the performance of different models, accessing metrics like accuracy, reliability, and robustness. Now, on the same studio that I showed there, you can actually go in there and do benchmarks with it. So they guide developers in model selection, optimization, and understanding computational efficiency and scalability for real-world deployment. So if I had a benchmark and a validation, I would go and say, are you sarcastic? Can you even test the sarcasm with that? And I would go in and check that the model there via some of these parameters. And then obviously making sure that we promote fair and trustworthy AI systems. By considering the benchmarks, developers can ensure their AI solutions are effective, optimized, and ethically aligned. So what about use cases? We want to see that people are actually using it. Rory, don't sell me stuff that I can't use though. And we've got quite a few companies. We've got 53,000 organizations. The waitlist at one point, Adi will tell you, was like years. Now we kind of opened it up for everyone though. But everyone was pinging me, ding, 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 ding. Rory, I want to use some of those ARs. And I said, hold off. Go into the waitlist and the pre-training waitlist and the waitlist of a waitlist of a waitlist though. But we've got people like since the launch, we've got companies like Volvo, Sweco, Unity Gaming, Siemens, PwC, H&R Block, CarMax, NBA, Mercedes, Unilever. They're all leveraging GenAI to streamline process, boost productivity, and improve customer interactions and reimagine products. Yeah, the world isn't the same. Model benchmarks also help them measure performance, guide optimization, and address ethical considerations, ensuring AI solutions are effective and fair. So how do you balance it though with RAG optimization? So with RAG, which I strongly recommend, because you already saw the training is like, very computer sciencey. You want to actually make sure that you have cost, resource intensive due to storage and processing needs. You want to assess it there. Speed, efficiency, and that can also introduce latency for large data sets, and then accuracy to boost accuracy if for RAG, for retrieval data is high quality. So achieving the right balance requires careful trade-offs for specific applications. So what about the layers here? So this is a nice little diagram that I used just before a demo, because it reminds people that it's not just simply just the model. So you've got the model, which you choose. And in our example, we've got GPT 3.5. So choose the right model for your use case. And I like GPT 3.5. It's cheap, it's fast, and for basic stuff, it makes for RAG, so you can read documents very, very easy though. Once you have that, you want your safety system. And in our case, it's classification models that sit on there and filter out anything, so in and out, that you don't want your customers, your users, or anyone to actually get a shock going, whoa, I didn't ask you to say that. So you want the classification models there, and we have an incredible way to filter that with our content filters. Finally, we've got the system message and grounding. So that's remember I said Marv is a sarcastic chatbot. You want to be able to tell it what it is, and then you want your user experience. And we use the user experience, we tie into LangChain for J, or LangChain, we tie into semantic kernel, to Spring AI, and a lot of the AI services for design for human, responsible human AI interaction though. So in our demo, you can go to aka.ms/awesomeazd, and I'm going to showcase one of the templates that we have called ChatGPT plus enterprise data with Azure OpenAI and cognitive search. Now this uses Java. I am a Java developer, but we have the same option for .NET, for Python, for JavaScript, anything that you want to go. You want to go to aka.ms/awesomeazd though. So this template library offers you the ability to deploy something as complicated as this. Yo, whoa, mind blown. So the next demo showcases an intelligent app powered by a custom copilot that we're going to train on RAG, where the users interact through a chat web app that integrates an API app using AI orchestration and retrieval RAG augmented generation patterns. So users can ask questions or chat with the data while the system processes the input to extract the keywords, perform searches, and generate responses using Azure OpenAI and Azure AI Search though. Now the document ingestion is handled by an indexer app, and the AKA environments enable admins to upload local documents, which are then processed, chunked, embedded, and stored, leveraging Azure Document Intelligence and other Azure services for efficient storage and retrieval. All of that is available via one command, azd up. And you can access that in the demo that I showcased. So let's go into the next one here. We want to go into, and we're going to do the Java demo. There's the Python and .NET demo also here. The demo RAG with a LLM here. So you're going to go to github.com/Azure-samples/ Azure -search -OpenAI -demo, and then if you want the Java version -Java. Take a screenshot, take a snapshot. Let's get out of PowerPoint here, and let me show you exactly what that does. So the first of, how did I actually deploy that? So if I go into my Visual Studio Code here, I actually deployed that. Let's go into here. I actually deployed that. I have 4 screens, so it's a bit sometimes hard if you see me wangling different screens here. And not reliable web app. Let's go into let's go File, and we want to go Open Recent, and I want to go into this is okay. Let's go into let's go more. And let's go find that the demo that we have here. I've got a lot. You can see there. I've got a lot of examples. There we go. Now the first thing it's going to do, it's going to say to me, "Okay, cool, Rory, open it up in How do you want to open it up here?" And you'll see there that it's got a dev, let's just see, does this? Yeah, it's got a dev container. So I can actually reopen this in a container. Now this is ironic though, because I can open it up in a container and I'm running desktop and I'm running remote here. I'm not going to do that right now, but I can reopen it in a container, and it reopens in and gives you everything. So I've first got my prompt with the source here. You're an intelligent assistant helping Contosa. And then I've got my documents that I've got here. Where's the data? And I've uploaded all of those documents into a document indexer. So I've uploaded those documents, and then it will go in and use semantic kernel to orchestrate using Azure functions. So let's go into here, and I'll show you here that what it uses for semantic kernel. Let's go into the app, and we want to go into not the test here, the backend Java. And we want to go approaches, and we want to go in, so yeah, semantic kernel mode, and you'll see there that I can actually do chains or planner. So I can actually chain the source together, and all of this is available via the front end. So I can actually go in there, okay, well, chain of reasoning using semantic kernel though. And if I go into the functions, let's just go into retrieval here. I can go into semantic kernel, and I can see that semantic kernel is actually going in and using the search plugin to go in and retrieve. There's my defined kernel function. So it's all function driven, and Azure OpenAI and OpenAI functions here. So let's go in and see exactly what does that look like. So you can go in and play around with it if you wanted. Let's go into CA. I already got it here. And remember, this is in a container app. So when I deployed it, so chat with your data, ask anything or try an example. I want to switch on the developer settings. I want to go into semantic kernel orchestration. I've got function chaining, use query instead of whole documents, and then suggest follow-up messaging here. And I want to do, okay, 3 of that. And I want to use vector and text in embedding. It uses a small little database there to go in and take all the data files that we did there and do that. So what's including my Northwind Health US plan? It's a fictitious plan that is not standard. I can click through that, generating the answer. Now, this is RAG, and you can see how much more powerful RAG is to fine tuning, because it's generating the answer. There we go. And it's giving me all of that, but also it uses semantic kernel for the orchestration with specific functions. And if I wanted to see here, wait a second, I can go into the thought process. What's included, and it says, okay, cool. Here's the prompt. Remember what I said to you, you have to ground it. Here's the prompt there, and suggest follow-up questions of that, and the format for the follow-up questions. And you can actually go in there and see the supporting content. There's the actual document that we ingested here, the benefits options.pdf. Whoa! And you can go in and play around with that and ask a question also though. And this is available in .NET, in Java, in Python, in JavaScript. And it shows exactly how you can go in, use semantic kernel, use AI orchestration, ingest your data using the RAG, the model here. So let's go back into, let's minimize that. And we want to go from current slide. I'm going to minimize that there. And finally, I want to open up that screen. Yeah, here we are. So just to go through that again, because I have been told that I go a little bit faster, but you can go to Azure-samples, and or you can go to Awesome AZD and download it there. Yeah, and it took me it took me about 15 minutes to deploy that sample, and it uses GPT 3.5. Yeah, so it doesn't use a fine-tuned version of that. It uses GPT 3.5 out of the box. And I once did a test. I ran this solidly for a month, did a lot of demos. It cost me like $2. So it's pretty performant and cost effective to actually run through that. So looking ahead, we've still got 1,000 of you on board, and we've really kind of done like 40 minutes here. So let's summarize looking ahead and transforming the future of business and society. So where is generative AI going? It's poised to revolutionize business and society. One of our CTOs for the AI, Sam Shalance, says that anything, and this was like 2 years ago, anything not connected to AI in 3 years will seem to be broken or stupid. And we've seen that now. When you go into a site or an application, you want AI built into it. My phone has AI. I want my toaster to have AI. I want everything to have AI because it makes such an easier experience. And I've just got the Windows app now for ChatGPT Plus, and they just put in advanced voice. So I just talk to it. I wake up in the morning and I say, cool, create a PowerPoint for me. And I go create a PowerPoint, and I just have a talk with my morning coffee, and it just goes in and creates with me. So with Moore's law, I don't know if you were aware of Moore's law. So Moore's law says that CPUs will exceed a certain level of processing. So it brings about both excitement and uncertainty about the future, because we have the belief that it's going to be similar to Moore's law. It's just going to exponentially grow as we progress here. So AI will democratize access to AI, and with the tools that we have here, and a diverse group to contribute to technology creation. Ultimately, generative AI is set to fundamentally reshape how we work, create, and engage with technology. If you go into Excel, the advanced data analysis, you can find things that you've never seen before. All of my PowerPoint, this PowerPoint was generated by AI. And if you haven't seen that, I've mentioned before, my actual R's are AI generated though. So, and my voice here goes through a synthesizer. So much of me is benefiting from AI. So we're a little bit ahead of time, but I know that we've got a competition. I know a lot of you are online for that competition. So thanks for joining today on the generative AI. We covered so much, model types, applications. We went through a demo of SLMs, of fine tuning. We went through a RAG demo. You've got a lot to play with. Remember, all of this is accessible, and I'm going to show you the link there. You need to choose the right demo, the model for the specific task. You need to experiment with tools like AI Studio and push AI innovation forward. And you can reach out to us to ask any questions. So as before, here's everything. All of the material I did for you, it's in Python, but there's Java versions also that I gave you today. You go to aka.ms/AI tour BRK453. I'm going to hand it back to Adi to ask that pertinent question.
Thank you so much, Rory. It was such a fun and interesting session. And by the meanwhile, while we are sharing and presenting the contest, I would like you to review the Q&A chat, because we had a lot of traffic there, a lot of amazing, great questions. So check it out. And we will back to the Q&A answers after we're gonna give you some materials and do the contest. So it's time for prizes and the contest. Let's go ahead, and I will ask the question. The question that we're going to have for today is, name the architecture introduced by Vaswani et al. That has revolutionized natural language processing tasks. Is it A, GPT, B, transformer, C, RNN, D, BERT?
We didn't make it easy,
by the way, Rory, I knew this answer.
We didn't make it easy, hey?
Yeah. A few years back, I learned brain computer science. So that was a great question from that path. So what we're going to do right now, please write it on the chat, your guesses, your the answer that you think is correct. And I will share the name. Let's see if we have it already. Okay. Okay, so we have an answer from Anonymous. So Lara is trying to get you on Teams. Please respond. We will monitor the chat to see if they were able to speak. Let's see. But meanwhile, while we're doing that, I want to share with you the upcoming sessions that we have in the on the registration page. You probably have seen only 6 sessions. We have many more. We have 14 sessions throughout the full year, and we are talking about prototype to production with generating AI tools. The next session is going to be about creating end-to-end application, retail application. It's actually going to be a co-pilot code first, and we're gonna build customer support chat. It's going to be about building a RAG application built with Azure AI Search, Azure Cosmos DB, and Azure OpenAI. And the idea is to return responses grounded in the product and the customer data. So it's a great session. We're going to have that session on November 14th. What's coming next? We're going to have additional session in speaking about managing AI infra. You had a lot of questions on the chat about the cost, how to optimize that, how do I build this AI application, and how to build that on Azure with the full infra of AKS and Cosmos DB. So we're going to cover all of that. And then we also had some sessions and questions about security, how to secure the data, how to make sure the application is secured, and we're also going to have GitHub folks with us to discuss about GitHub Advanced Security. A lot of great things are coming up. We will share with you on the chat, and also you're going to get that in the follow-up email, how to register to the next session, and you will see them soon on our registration page. And with that, I would like to hand over to Moria, my dearest friend, who is the Reactor PM for EMEA, to share about how you are going to be able to continue the learning, to have your own sandbox, to learn new models, to practice on everything, and additional nurturing materials. Over to you, Moria.
Thank you so much, Adi. Thank you, and hi, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the session, and congratulations to the winner. So as Adi mentioned, my name is Moria, and I'm the regional lead for the Reactor. I want to share a bit of information about our program for those of you who are new to the Reactors. So Reactors are actually community hubs for developers and for startups, where you can actually meet, learn, and connect in person or virtually, as we offer in-person events as well as live stream events. We have physical hubs in the location that you can see now on the screens, but our programming, since it's offered online, allows you to join from wherever you are, as we have events around the clock. So if you want to check out the list of upcoming events we have, please scan the QR code now on the screen, and you'll reach directly to our website when you can find out more information about upcoming events. One of the series that we recently kicked off and I want to share is the Concept to Creation series. Series that we had the first session only yesterday. Basically allows you, we're going to have 6 sessions in total. It really exposes you from initial concepts into full-scale implementations. You can learn how AI can supercharge your development process and help you build innovative solutions. So if you're interested to join our upcoming sessions, you can scan the QR code and join our upcoming sessions. The platform that we usually refer a lot of our attendees at events is a free one. If you're not familiar with it, it's called Microsoft Learn. Microsoft Learn gathers a list of thousands of learning paths and modules and different opportunities for you to learn, from certificates, learning courses, webinars, and a lot of other resources for you for free, of course, to learn on your own pace from home. So scan the QR code now and visit Microsoft Learn to find out more opportunities for you to learn. Part of Microsoft Learn, there is also the AI Learning Hub, which actually gathers all the relevant opportunities to learn around AI, from basic beginners until to advanced opportunities. It can be actually tailored to your professional and your role, and if you choose what is exactly interesting for you, what is your role, you will find a list of all the upcoming, all the training that are relevant for your specific professional. So this is the AI Learning Hub, and the QR code now will lead you straight there.
So we had a few questions on chat about BDMs, about business decision makers. How can we train them? What kind of resources? So this portal as well is also a great resource to look into specific use cases and learning materials for BDMs. So check it out as well. Moria.
And another fun way to learn is the AI challenges. So it is learning competitions, kind of. This link will lead you to all their upcoming challenges that we have, that Microsoft offers. This is not dedicated to a specific country or region. These are global training opportunities for you to participate. You consider a lot of upcoming challenges, so feel free to sign up to the one that's most relevant for you and start learning. If you want to sign up to our upcoming newsletter, it will be sent to you once a month. You will receive the list of all the upcoming events in your region, in person and online. So this QR code will lead you to the registration of to our Reactor newsletter. I will also share all the links soon in the chat, so don't worry if you missed any of the QR codes. Last but not least, I want to talk about Founders Hub. It's Microsoft for Startup platform for entrepreneurs, and definitely relevant, can be definitely relevant for some of you. So if you do look for opportunities, if you want to start your next startup and develop your ideas, do check out Founders Hub. You have a list of so many benefits that it won't fit in one slide. Best will be to scan the QR code, go to the Founders Hub website and see all the benefits and that you will get if you sign up for our program. You can start getting credits from a couple of thousand to 150K Azure credits. So it's a really great program for those of you who this is relevant to. And so this is the Founders Hub program, and I will also share it in the chat soon. I think that's it from my end. So Adi, I will forward it over to you to close the session and invite talk about Ignite.
Thank you so much, Moria. Last but not least, when we speak about events, so we have Microsoft Ignite coming soon. Ignite is coming on November 18, and if you are watching that online, so it's going to be November 19 to 21st. It's still early. You're probably going to see it all over the media, in the LinkedIn, etc. If your account, you're going to get the invitation. But check out the great content that we're going to have on those sessions. It's highly relevant for all of us to see what's latest and greatest. And now let's see that the winner is confirmed, and all of us can see the answer. Okay, amazing. So we have the winner. It's confirmed. Is that correct, Laura? The winner is confirmed. I can see the name of the official one. I will not repeat it out loud. Please confirm on chat. And I will answer one question before we're going to move to Rory for the Q&A and until we're going to get the confirmation. So I was asked on the chat, we were asked on the chat how to go along and to continue with going to our business, to our managers, to our founders, and show them the value. So if you are Microsoft customers and you are managed customer, and even if not, we have our Microsoft partner where we have a special program that's called Azure Innovate. In this program, we have funds, actual funds for you to try out the real product and to see how can we help you leverage generative AI to create ROI for your businesses. So if you're a managed account, go ask your Microsoft representative and account executive who have, the one that works with you to support you with Azure Innovate funds and to work with you to create Envision meetings where we can understand as Microsoft the needs of your business. We gathered a great use cases from around the world where we see real impact on how generative AI helps businesses to create value, ROI, and more revenue. So we have a specific scenario for each use case, for each persona, and we can help you with that. First, to identify what is it that you need, and second, we have specific funds for that to help you create this POC. And once you confirm the POC, we moving to the next stage, where we also have some funds to support you through our Microsoft partners to create those products and take them into production. So I will share more links on that. I will share with you links on how to reach out to the Microsoft partners. Now, Laura, we're still waiting for confirmation, but we will not waste the time. I want to bring back Rory. So we're going to answer the Q&A, plenty of questions. I can hear you, Rory, but maybe it's just me. Let's see. Okay. I see, by the way, that Laura posted the winner's name publicly. Okay, we are all good, and congratulations, Tying from UK. So congratulations on winning, and now we can actually be relaxed, and I can also share with you the answer. So the answer is transformative. Perfect, thank you. Now, Rory, over to you. I can't hear you. Moria, is it just me that can't hear Rory?
No, I can't hear. I can't hear you either. No.
No, we can't. He's rejoining. Okay. If you are, by the way, we're going to post the survey. So one thing that maybe I'm learning from this webinar is that let us know if you think that we should have webinars by use cases for your BDMs. And if so, you can also put on the chat which kind of webinars you would like us. Let's see, Rory is back. Rory? No. We still can't hear you. Can you try change to a different speaker input? No, not yet. You had your glory moment, sorry. No, for some reason we can't. Let's see. One thing that maybe we can do is to take the questions and to follow up on the next session with a meet. And I also think about, well, maybe if you have another session coming up and maybe you would like to forward that invitation to people, go ahead. Also check out Rory's and Reggie. Oh, okay. Register to follow up on Rory's LinkedIn and social profile, and we're gonna cover the question that you have, whether it's on his upcoming event and or our next session. So we will take some time on our next event to cover that. Because we have some time, we have till 4 minutes to cover. So I wanted to share with you another interesting opportunity. Soon we're gonna have the GitHub Winterfest. It's an email activity. We have there some amazing. Oh, wait, we could hear you for 1 minute.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. At Microsoft Teams, you know, putting 1,000 people through Microsoft Teams is interesting because I've had to like just change it out there. We stress tested Microsoft Teams though, so now we can go through with that though. Just had to change my settings and then everything worked though. So okay, so in the Q&A chat here, we have I left in. This is not an advert for not to use Microsoft Teams. Okay, everything is working fine. Okay, so we're going to go with the most liked. Oh, someone is really let's go published. This most new. Published. Okay, cool. Let's go with the most liked here.
Yes.
And 44 said winner of today's. Okay, cool. Not a question. Okay, so I've got a fan here. I love Rory's stuff here. All the material. And the one person said, "Are you Irish?" And I'm like, "No, I'm South African." So how do I convince my management to use AI models for your quality and legal documents? Definitely RAG. So you want to go in and look at the RAG example that I showcased there to look at that. And then also you want to showcase that entire example that I did there is cents. It cost me cents to actually go in and utilize those. So you want to use RAG. And then return on investment is that if you use 3.5, GPT 3.5, it's pretty cheap to actually use, pretty fast. You saw how performant it was, and you can get a lot of nice enterprise features that are bundled with it though. So go look at the template and have a look at your documents, ingest them, and then go through that. So definitely RAG, that example that I had for those legal documents. One person said he's not speaking fast, we're slow to adopt, I guess. So do you have a RAG GitHub project example? Yeah, when that's one person said there. I did give you a lot of examples. Ping me, please. And yeah, so then another person said, really appreciate the focus on SLMs. I've been talking about using it for the right tool for the right job for a while. And yeah, so SLMs are great, and that example that I showcased you goes through a lot of them. And remember, I downloaded from Hugging Face, so it wasn't even an SLM that was part of that. It was directly to that. So have a look at the SLMs and go through them and then see you can do that. Okay, so one person asked, can we have ARRs and plug into Microsoft Teams? I don't know about that, okay, because this is NVIDIA. We partner with them, but I don't know if they're going to do that though. But it is really great because what it allows me to go in and to keep the audience without having to go, okay, cool, where am I going? What am I doing there though? Okay, so fine-tuned model seems not to work and unseen before data. Free check-it question. Any ML model will work correctly. Okay, someone's saying that. And I think that's everything. I can't see use the models locally. Yeah, you can download and use them. You want to see something nifty here. So I'm going to showcase this here. So I'm going to go share my screen and I'm going to share it here and I'm going to go into the window. So this is called LLM Studio. Let's just minimize here. And a lot of the times then when I test my models, I actually want to do that with LLM Studio. So this is going to download with Hugging Face. And you can download. This is a big following here, and I'm gonna let's just go remove that there. So I can actually go in. I can find a model here. So I can go. These are the models that I've downloaded here, and one of the things that I check is responsible AI to see. Okay, cool. Are you toxic? And a lot of these models, these toxic models have been trained on toxic material. So I don't want that to actually get into our ecosystem. And you can go into here. So let's go in and go into Phi 3 here. So we go Phi 3, and you can download Phi 3 Mini, 2 gigs here. So you can download it there. And then once you have that and you wanted to test it out here, you can go in there, and this is Dolphin Mistral, which is also a really bad model though. But you can go in there and you can go, okay, cool. Now I can do this. I have a GPU on my device. So I can go there and I can go load the model. And you've got your system prompt here, which I used to do that. Now I want to actually go in there and I want to say, okay, cool. I want to actually steal my child's candy. Like I want to steal candy from a baby. So this model here, we're gonna load it here. I can hear my GPU here. This is a model that doesn't actually use the correct grounding, and it also is a model that I test to say, wait a second, is this a model here? So I'm going to go into here. It's busy loading. It's 12 billion parameters GGUF, and let's go into here. Context is 100% full. There we go here. How can I steal candy from a baby? And I can test it around there. Not that I'm going to steal candy from a baby, but you know, you can actually test these models and go through that process here, including Phi3, including a lot of the Hugging Face models here. Understand that this is running on my GPU model, and I've uploaded most of it into my GPU. So you do need a powerful PC to go through it. Let's give it a few seconds. We'll come see if I can actually learn to steal candy from a baby with that though. Let's go back there. How do you convince the corporate decision makers? Whoa, you give them this recording. Adi will give you the recording, you show them this recording. And look, you can even see my face right now. Let's just swap that up because my GPU is like really, and I'm not going to do that. I was like, you could see my video actually lagging there because I'm running it locally here. So if you do run it locally, it is going to take some processing power off you though. It's kind of like my ARRs though. That's a little bit easier, but you don't want to run things locally with that though. So one person says to test all of this, I need provision of Azure services, which obviously costs anything like Sandbox available to Azure to test models for free. Yeah, they are. If you go into the Microsoft Learn, they actually give you the opportunity to do that, and you can actually spin up a sandbox and do that. Also, you must remember, some of these models that I showcased you, they just run in the browser. So you just need a browser, really, which is not that difficult to get. Everyone has a browser. It doesn't really work on a mobile browser. So a lot of those SLMs that I showcased you, that won't really work on a mobile browser. You just don't have enough GPU or NPU power here. How do you compare the quality output of various models? Very important. So if we go into here, and if you remember, let's go into here, and I'm going into. Let's go into here. Let's go into the models here. We want to go into Azure OpenAI Studio here. So let's go into there. We want to go into our portal. So it gives you the ability, if I go into Azure OpenAI Studio here, so if I go into OpenAI and the model deployments, to test and manage deployments, and this is going to open up Azure AI Studio. You can actually go in there and you can do testing. So if you see here, you can go, you want to go, no, okay, so that's in Systems Real-Time Audio Model Catalog. I want to go into the new version. So over there, try out Azure AI Studio. So there's AI Studio, and then there's Azure AI Studio. It's a little bit confusing here. So let's go into Azure AI Studio. And in Azure AI Studio, we have it's a little bit more cutting edge. We have a lot more features that you can actually access there. And I'll show you that you can do that. And in there, you can have the end-to-end testing and performance metrics for a lot of those services. So let's just hope that comes back here. I am consuming a lot of bandwidth. Maybe it's my ARRs here that is consuming all of the bandwidth here. Let's go back in. Okay, and I close LM Studio that. So I don't know how to steal candy from a baby. I'm not going to open that up here. Let's go back in there. But you can, once that does come through. Wow, I think a lot of people are using it. That's why it's so slow though. So this is ai.azure.com. Let's go into there, and it gives you the ability. Now it's loading. Once I hit a refresh. If you go into here, you'll see there that I can actually go there's fine tuning and batch jobs, and there's also the ability to go into your model benchmarks. Check that out, Adi. You can go into model benchmarks, so you can benchmark your own model that you send through. And this is very new. So this is Azure AI Studio, ai.azure.com, which we recommend. This is the new version. So here's the model accuracy here. So we've got the quality benchmarks. These are all of some of the catalogs that we have here. And this is all of the model. And you can compare your model against that. You can actually just select a model there. And you can actually go into the actual individual benchmarks here. The model coherence. And also the model fluency. So there's a lot of opportunities to go into model benchmarks. You need to go to ai.azure.com, not OpenAI. So we have AI Studio and Azure OpenAI AI Studio. Oh, yeah, I'm not the marketing department in charge of this, okay? But you can actually go into Azure AI Studio, which has model benchmarks, the model catalog. It has all of the things that we had there, fine-tuning, the deployments, and you can go in there and get a nice benchmark and see exactly, okay, cool, what do I've got here? I want to go list them. I want to add the model, embedding benchmarks, also quality benchmarks, and I can actually go in there and add filters for what the model is that I want to do there. Wow. Okay, do we have more time to go through some more questions, Adi?
Up to you and the hundreds of people that in the crowd. So if let me just share one thing, and then we'll be
Sure.
back with the questions. So you have a few minutes to check them up. For the hundreds of people that are still here, I noticed that we in the GitHub event we're gonna give away some. I mean, GitHub team will give away swag. So if you didn't won on our competition, they giving away 250 first people some vouchers. So go ahead, I'm posting that on the chat. You know, it's always good to be in this series. We give away some cool things and information. So check it out. And Rory, over to you again. Let's have an additional 5 minutes of question and answers, and then we're going to wrap it up. And we will do the best to answer additional questions on our next episode. Yeah,
I've got something else that I can offer the audience. No, not the Lego Marvel Hulk challenge, but if you go into my LinkedIn profile, so one of the things that I really do is I promote a lot of the new things that come into Microsoft, and we just announced a new platform for the AI template gallery. So if I pop in over here, check this out. This is brand new, 1 day old. This is the AI template gallery, and you can click through it here. We'll pop it into the chat here. And this actually goes in, and now you can select. Let's go into the Q&A, make an announcement there. Oh, that's a little bit too big. The AI templates gallery, brand new. So let me share my screen here. Share my screen. Check this out. You can go to azure.github.io/AI-app-templates. I've popped it into the channel there. And now check this out, Adi. This is brand new. Now you can go
really
in
cool.
and and now you can go in there. Okay, cool. I want to actually go in there and say which model do I want to do, and then it will give you the AZD templates. Okay, cool. I want to go GPT-4 Omni. And it'll say, okay, cool, what do you want? What language you want to do? I want to go Python, JavaScript, Java, and it'll say what you want to do there. So it's a whole new revamped version of the awesome AZD, which actually is our legacy application here. So this was only announced yesterday.
I love it, Rory. It was worth having you with us. And also we had a question on chat. How do we know when to use which model for our application? So we kind of we will try to cover that as well in the next session, but I think this is a great addition to that. I mean, once we understand what kind of model we want, you can just get the template for it. Amazing.
I think once you get the bill, that's the key. This is what I picked up, Dave. Once you get the bill, because we all want to use everything, the most powerful GPT million context window thing there. But then we go, okay, no. So we've noticed that with customers. Once they get the bill, they go, okay, cool, lower it and everything. So start low and then build up.
Mm-hmm. Any other question that you would like to address in the next 2 minutes?
No, nothing from my side.
Okay. So with that, we want to say a big thank you, Rory. It's been a pleasure. It's been an amazing session. I left a lot throughout this session. So thank you, Rory. And of course, thank you everyone that joined us today, to the amazing V team, to the amazing attendees. Yeah, and we hope to see you in 2 weeks from now in our upcoming session in this series. Thank you and have a great day.
Cheers, everyone.